Is it personal ability? Or is it just plain luck? Certainly, we have too often seen the son become the foreman, or the new son-in-law skip the mailroom and soar to the top.
As you guys know, you can reach me on my cell phone, my page, or I'm going to do a little...
And we all too often have known that the son or the nephew not only had no aptitude in the first place, but with no fear of discipline, act more carelessly than the worst employee. Family connection is an accident of birth. Forgetting family ties, what have we left? There is who you know.
I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. This is Rob. Hey, Rob.
Personal connection no doubt plays a dominant part in obtaining, keeping, and improving a position.
Thank you. All right. Okay.
And then there's the matter of personal charm. How often have we seen the young man with a good front soar above his elders because he could perhaps tell the right joke or play a slightly worse game of golf? To one grown old and even somewhat cynical in the world of work, these first several factors seem to have dominance. Only the young appear to be left with the illusion or delusion that personal ability, intelligence, interest, education, and hard work have anything to do with it. And the very, very cynical would have us believe that, indeed, these are only the symptoms of being very young. So what of hard work and interest? Perhaps we've stayed after hours and beyond all usual demands of professionalism. Maybe even laid aside and neglected our families and our lives. We've burned the midnight oil and leisure time to work out solutions to save our firm, only to watch in time the lazy we scorned get the better pay. Sadly, too, the factors of education and intelligence would seem to have no bearing whatever upon our fates. When the trained person gets passed over for someone who doesn't have a degree to his name, it's beyond a certain degree of push. We have seen the uneducated and unintelligent madly ordering around the many,
But I do not go alone.
and the wise advising the few. Against this confusing chaos of random causes for success, personal ability would seem a wasted item.
Live superficial choices.
We have seen the abilities of others scorned.
It's acting. It's what the cost.
We have seen our own wasted.
All right, thank you. I've had enough. We're gonna...
We've seen the unable rise while the able remain neglected or even unemployed. So personal ability would not seem the factor it might once have been to us. And we can begin to feel like small cogwheels in the clashing gears of the gears of fate. And so it seems that our success is dependent upon a chaos of causes, all of them out of our control. It must then certainly be luck, and nothing but luck, the whole way down. We try. We dress well in order to apply for a job. We turn up at our jobs daily. We shuffle the papers, or the boxes, or the machinery parts in a fashion we hope will pass. And we leave by crowded transport to our homes and expect another day's dull toil. We start up a correspondence course or go to night school to give us a small edge on our competition, and often drop it before it's done. It sometimes seems that we can't even do this little to help us on our way against seemingly random events. We become ill or injured. We run out of sick leave. Hardly recovered, we've lost our job. We become the victims of office politics, and we have no job. We are thrust up against jobs we can't or don't want to do, and then again, we have no job. We grow old, and we spend our time remembering how fast we once were. And one day, we have no job. The lot of a person in the workaday world is uncertainty. The goal is security. Some attain that goal. The rest of us worry from day to day, from year to year about our ability to get work, hold work, and improve our lots. And all too often our worst fears take place. The advertisements in our trains, streets, radios, and TVs thrust at us all manner of things to own. And no matter how delightful they are to own, the people who make them can't own them. Not on their pay. And each day confronts us with the accidents which might make or break our futures.
Really, your work is really nice.
Yeah, thank you.
No wonder we believe in luck alone. Well, there's the problem.
Very interesting.
To eat, we must have a job. To live, we must continue to be acceptable in our jobs. To better ourselves, we've got to hope for the breaks. And it all appears a sad, disheartening confusion composed of accidents, good luck and bad luck, or drudgery with nothing to win at the end of it. The quest for security is a quest for constancy and peace. A worker deserves these things. He creates the goods. He should have the wherewithal to live. Instead, he has a chaos. The chaos of insecurity exists in the chaos of information about work and about people. If you have no compasses by which to steer through life, you get lost. Life itself needs to be better understood. Work and security are parts of life. If life is not understood, then neither will these parts of life be understood. If all life seems chaotic, a matter of guess and chance, then certainly work will seem chaotic. But work is the major role of our existence, whether we like it or not. If we don't like it, we don't like life. Work security, then, is important. But security itself is an understanding. When one is insecure, he is not sure. He simply doesn't know. Insecurity exists in the absence of knowledge. Those who know are secure. Those who don't know believe in luck. All security derives from knowledge. What would you give for something to lift you out of the rut? What would you give to find that knowledge? How could one have knowledge about life when life itself had not been put into an orderly body of knowledge? When the subject of life itself is in chaos, how could work, as a part of life, be anything but a chaos too? Knowledge of the underlying rules of life would bring about a security of life. Knowledge of those rules would also bring about security in a job, as well as in relationships or in any other area of living. Scientology is the science of life. It is the first entirely Western effort to understand life itself. It is something new. It is a thoroughly tested and validated science of existence. A science of life would be, actually, a science of good order. Such things as accidents and luck would, if you could understand their underlying principles, be under your control. Scientology puts the individual under the control of himself, where he belongs.
And cut!
It adequately isolates the basic rules of life and brings order into chaos. It is a science of life.
All right, everybody, that's a wrap for Julie.
And it works. If we could reduce the chanciness of a job, if we could make the right friends and be sure that our education would count and have some slight security, that our interest and intelligence and native ability would not go all to waste, why then, things would be better, wouldn't they? Well, we'll see what Scientology can do to reduce the chance involved in the workaday world for you and for those you know.